friends and family. It's your girl, Shonita-Rachelle, coming to you with another one of our weekly lessons on faith, family, friends, finances, and fun. Well, I want to take a pause this moment at the end of the week just to talk to you about the cycle of grief. I want to have a conversation about grief. A lot of people are going through grief, whether it's the loss of a loved one, the loss of a home, or the loss of a job or employment. But I specifically want to speak to the loss of a loved one. We are coming close to the Christmas season, guys, and it's actually here. So we've already out shopping, wrapping gifts, and putting up our Christmas trees. And in that, there are memories with those gifts and ornaments that you bring out. It might remind you of a loved one. There's a Christmas song that comes on that reminds you of a loved one or a lost family friend. It is very hard, guys. The grief cycle is hard. And sometimes, as I learned from my pastors, Pastor Nadira and Pastor Evans, that sometimes the cycle repeats itself. Sometimes you go through the denial phase and you are angry, and then you're bargaining and you deal with the depression, and so sometimes you may not get to acceptance until later on in your grief cycle, and it's an ongoing thing. So you may be angry one day and you may be happy one day, and then you may feel like you've accepted the loss of that loved one, and then it comes back to a point where you feel like, no, I still can't believe they're gone. And the Christmas season sometimes is harder for others than it is for some. And so what I'm going to ask you to do is to go ahead and be okay with having a conversation about grief with family, friends, and loved ones. I just impromptu was talking to some of my coworkers the other day about my brother who passed last year. November 28th marked it 1 year that he had passed, and so we were talking about that. And then they shared with me about the loss of a spouse, a loss of a grandmother, a loss of an uncle. Another lady lost her mother and father within 6 months apart from each other due to COVID-19. And so I kind of understood exactly where they was coming from, but I did not know that these people that I walk with and talk to every day and work alongside were also dealing with the cycle of grief. So we had a conversation. We allowed ourselves to talk and share with each other our feelings and our emotions and our memories, and it was impromptu. We didn't have a counselor sitting with us. We didn't go and sit and talk with someone, although it is advised that if you are dealing with grief or you are dealing with depression, it is advised that you need to seek counsel. Talk to your pastors, your local community mental health people. Talk to somebody, because you cannot go through it alone. There are some people that hold everything in, and they believe that if I talk about this situation, if I talk about the loss of their loved one, then I'm giving light to it. And so they may not be ready to accept it, and so they may not be ready to have those conversations. But just start in increments, small conversations. I remember when I remember when she did, and start those small conversations so that you can start healing from this grief process. I always know when a message I'm giving is for someone and to bless someone, because something happens. Either my camera cut off, the lights cut off, something always happens. So God, I just thank you for allowing me to be a vessel, to be able to open this conversation right here at the Christmas season about grief and the loss of loved ones. Allow me to be able to share my personal experience and how I deal with grief. It has not been easy. It's been a year, and I talked to a friend, and she said, it doesn't go away. Every day it's like you're fighting to live without that loved one. So every day now I'm making a conscious decision to be able to do something happy, or to find joy, or to talk to my brother, or to do things that I know that he would want me to do, giving back to others, donating, talking to his son on FaceTime, or just talking to him at least 2-3 times a week about his day, thinking about the conversations he would be having with his son. So those are the things I do to help me get through this grief process. And so I ask you all to find something fun, to find something that you know that that person would enjoy and that person would love. And so this week, I know that my brother usually sent out Christmas cards, and I was shocked because he was this burly, manly type guy, football player. I didn't know that he sent out Christmas cards to his friends and coworkers every year, because I just didn't know it until he passed, and I saw some of the envelopes of the cards that he was preparing to send out. And so this week I'm making Christmas cards, and I'm going to put his picture on some of them, put pictures of my family. I'm going to make them and send them out. I did not do my thank you cards yet from when he passed, and it's been a year. I could not do it because to me that was like saying that yes, he's gone. So it's hard for me to send out thank you cards. So in light of sending out thank you cards about the support and I received from others regarding his passing, I decided, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do a collage with some pictures of him on it, and I'm gonna send out Christmas cards and thank people, for what they did, but also remind people that this is the season for giving. This is the season to remember our loved ones, to love on each other. Those of us that are here, you still have so many family and friends that are here that love you and support you and that want to celebrate the holiday season with you. So I want to be able to do that. Of course, yeah, you're going to shed a tear and you're going to have some sad thoughts and things like that. And all of that is fine. All of that is human. If it wasn't for that cycle of love and loss, that's how the world goes. That's what makes the world go around, and that's how God shows us love. He gives, he takes, and he teaches us, and he builds us, and he makes us stronger. One of the things I found that helps me throughout this grief process is talking to my brother. So I have his picture over by my kitchen sink. So when I'm washing dishes or doing chores, I talk to him. I also have a special place in my home where I keep like his pictures, our buttons from the funeral service, the obituary, and just some special things that remind me of him. Also, the cards and thank you cards that I receive from friends and family during our time of grief. And so sometimes I read over them. Those are things I do to help me. Guys, have a great, blessed week. Please don't forget to have a conversation with someone about grief and love. Enjoy your Christmas season. Love on others. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great week, friends and family. And please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Have a blessed one, guys.